Hi guys, welcome back to Storytime with Kayla Jade. I am so excited about this episode. We're going to talk all the lore on Mr Sheffield. My client booked the most. Get ready with.
Oh my god, you guys. Let's do a pack my.
Now, if you don't know Mr Sheffield, if you don't follow me on TikTok, he is a client that I was dating for a long period of time. It's somewhat common for workers to potentially have like a little crush on their client, especially when he's attractive, if he's charming and he gives off a good presence. Like when you first meet them, like you have sex with them. So obviously, you know, you form that sort of connection straight up. I feel like it's quite common, like in any workplace, like you think of, you know, maybe you have a crush on your boss, maybe you kiss your coworker at a Christmas party. Like there's those situations where like in the workplace you can develop little crushes. I think it can be very dangerous, you know, because it's kind of like a gray area of like professionalism to now dating someone. Like someone before was paying you and then it's like, okay, now I'm attracted to them. Are they going to pay me anymore? And that's sort of a learning curve that I had to go on with my clients, who I called Mr Sheffield. I definitely had the biggest crush on him. And it was quite early on, like in my work career. So like, I guess I was still establishing boundaries. So he actually was a long time follower of me on Instagram because obviously, you know, I did my career. He had followed me from the get-go. So he was kind of like, oh my God, like when we first got together. But it's quite of a funny story. So he messaged me just like through my ad like any other client would. I just thought of it as a normal client, messaged him back my rates. He paid a deposit and we were locked in. I was actually not in my hometown. So I was visiting a different city, like where he lived. And he was one of like, I had about like 6 booked that day. He was one of the first ones. Like when I got off the plane, got to the hotel, he was like one of my first clients. So I go up, I shower, I get ready, put my makeup on, do my hair, perfume, all of that. And then it's about time for him to come. So he messages me that he's here. I go downstairs and I'm looking around for this guy. And I can only see like there's like a guy in the distance. He's sitting down. He looks like the usual client type. So I'm just waiting for him to put his head up, like, hurry up. We got to go upstairs. And I start walking to him and I notice like, oh, he's not putting his head up. Like maybe it's not him, but he's like the only guy in the area. So I'm looking around and then I turn around and oh my goodness, I was surprised. There was Mr Sheffield standing there in all his beauty. He was, I'm getting butterflies thinking about him. He was tall. I mean, he is tall. He's dressed like in this fitted suit. Like he has I'm not going to go into his personal life, but he has a really good job. So he was like fitted in this nice suit. He smelt incredible. He was just such a beautiful man. He had slick back hair, glasses on, stop it. Still got a crush on him. I was just in awe of this man because he was so beautiful and so well put together and he was so charming. Like, you know, he's just such a gentleman, which I find is hard to find these days, you know. He would, you know, open the door and like just the most sweetest, bubbly man. We were very similar, like almost weirdly similar, like just from seeing him time and time again, like we would just think of new ways that we were similar. Like first it started with like just our birthdays. Like I'm pretty sure we're like a few days apart. We're both cancers. And then it was like, it came to like we had take the same medication. Like we were so similar. So anyway, we get up to the bedroom. I do the usual like sex worker spiel. Like, you know, he hands me the money and then like he goes and has a shower. But like just looking at him, I knew like he would be so clean. Like he would just smell like flowers down there. He wouldn't even need a shower. Like he was just so beautiful. But yeah, he had a shower. He meets me in the bedroom and it's just instant connection right away. Like I'm just swept off my feet. He's incredible in bed. You know those people that you just click with in bed? Like he just gave off that energy, that really like caring but strong energy. He made me, which was not part of the plan because you got to pay extra for that. And I was just in awe of this man. We still stuck to like the time limit. Like I didn't go over just because I fancied him. I was still kind of like, as much as I was loving it, I was still in work mode. And yeah, I was just amazed by him in all his beauty. And then after he left, I really couldn't stop thinking about him. I thought about him a lot and he thought about me a lot. He was messaging me a lot. Like, when can we see each other next? So I think we might have met the next day maybe for coffee, like before I went back home, or like I know we met up again before I left. And that started the whole I have a crush on Mr Sheffield. So we went on a date after our first booking. We went out to a really nice restaurant and had a few drinks. I just remember like just being so excited to see him. You know when you just first have a crush on someone and you just want to talk to them all the time. You want to see them all the time. I was just so giddy for this man. And so I was getting ready for like our first date. I was making sure I looked like my best. Like I had my best dress on, and like he was a very ass guy. Like he liked the butt and I had the butt. So I was making sure I was wearing that tight dress to, you know, get all the curves going. And then, yeah, we went out for our first date. Like it was a beautiful night. Like we just talked and got to know each other. We were just literally like the same person. He was either the most perfect man or like he was a complete narcissist that was just mirroring everything that I was doing. Because there are people that do that will meet someone and just completely mirror them. So they think that they're like, oh my God, like we get along so well. He likes this, he likes that. But really he's just repeating things that you do as like a tactic to get close to you. So I was sort of wary of that. I wasn't completely like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Like I've always got like something going up here. Like, hold on, like just checking myself. But I was just enjoying the moment. We went back to my hotel and I stupidly started seeing him like I was going on unpaid dates. So I was willingly seeing this man because I liked him so much and he was that good in the bedroom. I was like, and you know, that was probably maybe his tactic as well. I don't know. I will never know because he's that much of an interesting man. So yeah, we get back to the bedroom, unpaid date. And this is when so while I was in bed with him, had a few drinks and I had told him like while he was me, I told him that he looked like Mr Sheffield on The Nanny. And he kind of like, I don't think he liked that actually. Like, because I think I was like, I don't know, maybe he thought I was saying he was old because he was like 40 and silver fox, sexy man. And then, yeah, I told him that he looked, but I thought Mr. Sheffield from The Nanny was really hot. Like that was my childhood crush, you know, like he was a mix between Mr. Sheffield and Mr. Big from Sex and the City. Like he was because you know, he had the height of Mr. Big, but he had just like the charismatic, like a little bit of grey, you know, just a little touch of grey. So I told him he looked like Mr. Sheffield. I thought it was great, but I didn't think he really liked that much. He was like, what? And I was kind of like, what? No, nothing. And yeah, I could not stop thinking about this man. He just got me in a chokehold. Like I just couldn't stop thinking about him. I went back to my city and then he would fly to see me. He would fly and like stay a weekend and then I'd fly and like stay a weekend there. But I felt like I just had this big connection with him. Like when we were together, it was just like we were meant to be. And I don't really have that connection with other clients. Like a lot of it is just like, you know, obviously like I know how to talk the talk and like make it magical for the client, but we never really have that connection. Like I feel like he was pretty much really the only client that I've seen that I actually really had a crush on. He just knew me. He just knew my body. He knew how my brain worked. Like, we're both ADHD. And yeah, you know, even just him like telling me about his work. Like, I just love hearing about like 9 to 5 office jobs, you know, like I just love hearing about, you know, the little like relationships that they have in the workplace. Like, I feel like as a worker, I sort of miss out on that a bit. Like, I miss out on, you know, having like coffee in the coffee room talking about some sort of drama or whatever. Obviously I have my girls and, you know, we catch up, but I don't know, it's just something cute about that little 9 to 5. Like, no, like I'm just like, so like, tell me about your job. Like, I want to hear all about it. What's going on with Pam at reception? Like, what's she doing? But it was funny because 2 girls in his office was like in the break room. They were talking about me on my TikTok, and they were talking about the Mr Sheffield thing. And he was like he told me this. He was like, oh, that's probably about me. He didn't say anything to them, but it's just funny how like they were talking about it, and he was like, yep, that's probably me. Like, I remember one night we went out to like a really nice restaurant, and it was like, he just like, it just shows his taste. He just has like immaculate taste, like expensive taste. He took me to this restaurant, and it was like this underground place. Like, I didn't know where we were going. It honestly looked like, I was starting to freak out. Like, where are you taking me? Like, we went down this, like, we opened a fire door exit, and we were like going down these stairs, and it was like this long, like underground, like tunnel. And then we ended up getting to this room, and it's like this beautiful little bar, and it has all these like vintage photos. And this restaurant, you have to like wait like in a little waiting area, like with a bar, and then like when they're ready for you, they'll like call you in. And it's very like, seemed very exclusive. Like, they took your phone away. Like, you're not allowed to have your phone. It was very dark. Like, I just remember it being so dark, like not dark that you can't see, but dark that you can't see the people around you. It was like almost like quite exclusive. Like, people didn't want to know that, like, you know, they didn't want to be seen. So the waiter like takes the phone away, and then he like brings out this menu, and there's only like 3 things on the menu, and you basically have to, like, if you don't like steak, then too bad, because that's all they do. And they did it just perfect. Like, I've never tasted a steak like that before. I don't even remember the name of the restaurant, but it's one of those places where you just like watch everything that they're doing. They're like whacking the meat and like frying it up, and they just do it perfectly. Like, we had like, for our entree, there was like we had like a bone marrow. That was the first time I had tried bone marrow, and it was the most beautiful thing I have ever tasted. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, it was just like butter that just melted in your mouth. It was just the type of man he was. He would just take me to like all these beautiful places, and I was just so wrapped up in like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then one night, I think that was the night we went out together. We'd had a few drinks, and then we got back to the hotel, and he said that he had to leave early, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. And like, anyway, we did our thing, had amazing, went to bed, made me like 10 times, went to bed. And then I like wake up at like, it's like 3 a.m. or something, and he's gone. And I'm like, surely you don't have to leave that early to go to this thing that he had. Like, I know it was early, but 3 a.m., I don't know. It seemed a little bit sus to me. I was like, something's going on. Like, I just felt like I could just feel this energy of like, he's hiding something, but he never told me what. And at that point, I was kind of like, I'm just going to cut this off, because something's weird's going on. I don't know what's going on. I feel like something weird's going on. He's not telling me. So I'm going to end it. And I never really followed up with him about it, because I didn't want a relationship. I didn't want to start seeing someone. I'm so busy. That's the last thing I want right now. Even though I was obsessed with this guy, it's like, really, do I want a relationship with him? No. So am I going to go and talk to him and like open this barrier of like, what's going on behind, like, what are you doing? And then like break that barrier and like become closer, because like as soon as we come close, I'm like, I'm going to bounce, because that's not what I want. So I was like, really, I just need to cut this off. So that's when I stopped talking to him. I think I may have seen him like once after that, just to be like, okay, like, look, let's just give it another go. And then my spidey senses were off again. I was like, nah, never again. I think like when I got back home, he like didn't message me for ages or something. There was something weird like that where I was like, this is weird. Break it off. But then yeah, he would keep messaging me after I broke it off. Like he would message me. I'd hear from him probably like once every few months. Do you know what? So we were planning to actually go to like the Maldives together. We were planning this trip together. And then he just didn't follow up with it. And then yeah, he'll message me every now and again. Like he tried to call me on Christmas and like I didn't reply because like I was like, what am I doing? Like I'm seeing this man for free. Like I could be getting paid for this right now. Like I'm seeing all these other clients. Like why am I seeing this guy for free? Like he recently contacted me to meet again, but for a paid date. And like it's been about 3 months since I'd actually heard from him. So I was like, I'll go for a paid date. I'll go get my steak and my bag. And I know my boundaries now. So I'll go get that and then goodbye, Mr. Sheffield. And I saw him. Like I just kind of wanted to see what he was being up to. I want to see like what he's been doing, like who he's been hanging around, what's going on with work and, you know, all those little things. So yeah, we met up. We had a date. It was nice, but I would say that I definitely do miss him being in my life. But I feel like I'm at the point now where I'm so happy and so content with my life that I don't feel the need to have that little fling in my life anymore. Like I'm just so focused. So it was nice to see him, but in a way it was like, thanks, like bye-bye, like I don't need you. And then yeah, he messaged me like to be like, when are we gonna hang out again? And I'm like, like if you want a paid date, you can come see me, you can fly me to your city, I'll come, but it's gotta be paid. So I learned my lesson from that. I learned not to dabble in clients because it can be a dangerous game. I think that I will keep seeing Mr. Sheffield on a client base, but client base only. Like I think that it's very hard for a client and sex worker relationship to happen. Like I know it works. Like I have like a few friends that actually like got married to a client of theirs and they've had kids. But for the most part, I think it's very rare to find. Like I think it's very hard to find someone who would willingly be with you while you're seeing multiple guys. Like unfortunately, it's just human nature. Like there's going to be a bit of jealousy there. So I think for a lot of like relationships at the start, it might work and it's like, oh, it's okay. Like it's cool. Like we're making money and like, you know, do your thing. I think it's hard for them as well just to see a woman making more money than them. Like I think it intimidates them in a way. So I know that for me, like until I've finished work, I probably won't get back into a relationship again because I don't want that person telling me that I can and can't do this, or, you know, you can see this client, but you can't work with this person. It would just make it so much harder. So I've said just make your money and when you're ready, you can exit it. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in my life that I don't need a person right now, but I'm sure that time will come. Anyway, thank you for listening to my episode and I will talk to you next week. Bye guys.